again, I'm Louise Franchini and welcome to the city. Tonight's show is coming to you from Dandenong Park, and tonight we get an insight into how our streets, footpaths and parks are maintained and kept clean. We'll also take a look at last Saturday's big Greater Dandenong Race Day and meet some Australia Day award winners. But first up tonight, Tanya Canis discovers an historical gem right in the heart of Dandenong.
We're standing in front of Laurel Lodge, which is part of the historic Heritage Hill property in the heart of Dandenong. There's plenty of stuff that goes on here, so let's go take a look inside. I'm standing here with Sarah, who's the Public Programs and Exhibitions Officer here at Heritage Hill. Could you let us know a little bit more about Heritage Hill, perhaps its history and some of the stuff that it does?
Heritage Hill is an incredible environment. It's a unique historic precinct in the middle of Dandenong. We have two historic buildings on site. One is from the 1930s called Benga House, and one is from 1869 called Laurel Lodge. And they're both situated in historic gardens of around 2 acres, right in the middle of Dandenong. And it's sort of a hidden gem. It's a really quiet and beautiful space, and we're really happy for people to come in and have a look at our exhibitions, our historic house, and hang out in our gorgeous gardens. Benga House was built in 1936, and it was owned by the Hart family, who lived here until the 80s when they sold it on to the council. It's a unique 1930s building with live-in maids' quarters, which we've just recently opened, and we've refurnished to a 1930s style, so the bedroom and the pantry and the kitchen. Laurel Lodge is the other building on our property, and it was built in 1869, and it has had a number of Dandenong dignitaries live in it. At one stage it was a ladies' finishing school, and it had a number of students, including Oscar Ashe, who is one of Australia's most famous theatre producers in the early 1900s. It's now set up in a historic style, so you can go in and have a look at old-fashioned kitchens and bedrooms, and it is also an exhibition space that we have exhibitions regularly there.
I'm here with Karen, who's a mandala painter, and she regularly exhibits here at Heritage Hill.
Heritage Hill is a wonderful space to have an exhibition because it's part of a heritage listed building, but also has magnificent gardens, and as an artist it's a wonderful place to be able to bring your work and show it off to the public and share it with the community. The staff here are awesome. They are very supportive, they're very knowledgeable, they really help you to put your exhibition together, and they help you to promote what you're trying to share with the public. It's really awesome to be able to have your work on display. My exhibitions here have been for my students, and one of the things that I think is so important is that they have the opportunity to share on a very professional level what they have created. And that gives you an amazing sense of self-esteem and self-confidence, because art can be quite challenging, and we really need to build up our confidence and our self-esteem not only through our art but also through sharing our art. And Heritage Hill really gives you that opportunity in a really beautiful atmosphere.
So can you tell us about any of the upcoming exhibitions, maybe mandala as well as some other ones coming up at Heritage Hill?
Yes, Tanya, we've got another mandala exhibition this year. There will be more than 30 different artists with their created mandalas exhibiting here. It's a shared exhibition, and it'll be around about June. If you want further details, I would look at the Heritage Hill website or my own Mandala Magic website.
Thank you for speaking to us today, and next time you're at Heritage Hill, we might be able to see some more of your work.
Thank you, Tanya.
Great, thank you. Now the gardens here are absolutely beautiful, stunning.
Well, the gardens we're particularly proud of. It's about 2 acres in the middle of Dandenong. Where else are you going to find incredibly manicured and beautiful gardens? We hire them out for weddings and parties, and people can just come in on Sundays or any other day to have picnics, and that's absolutely free. And we encourage people to come and use our beautiful gardens.
So what's coming up and happening here at the space?
We have lots of really exciting things coming up this year. One of the things that we've just embarked on is a program called Sundays in the Sun, and that's every second Sunday in the warmer months. We're going to have bands playing in the gardens, and you come along and you bring a picnic. It's a family-friendly event, and there'll be family activities and all sorts of things. It's just a really relaxed event that you can come along and bring your family and your kids to.
And also heard that you guys have an amazing summer school program.
We have an amazing school holiday program, absolutely. Yeah. We stepped it up a notch this year. All our school holiday programs are free, and we're doing really exciting things like there's a digital animation workshop, a stop motion animation workshop, a digital photography, we're doing puppetry, we're doing stencil art, and we're just really pushing the envelope, like pushing the boundaries of what's normally considered school holiday activities. One of the other things that we have is an amazing gallery space, so we hold exhibitions all throughout the year, and these stem from community exhibitions right through to professional artists, and these are some of the exhibitions that we have coming up. Every third Tuesday of the month we hold a adult talks and workshops event, and that goes from 2:30 till 3:30, and we have a variety of really interesting people come along to do various kinds of talks and workshops for us.
So get involved, and thank you very much for joining us today.
No problems at all.
Did you ever wonder how often our streets are cleaned, or how the chewing gum and cigarette butts disappear overnight? Daryl Pittman did, so he sought some answers.
I'm with Phil Robertson, who's the Service Unit Leader, Parks and Waste for the City of Greater Dandenong. Phil, keeping our streets clean really is a full-time job.
Yeah, Daryl, it is a 7-day-a-week job, every single day of the year, and in fact our guys are out there on Christmas Day when we're all tucking into our Christmas lunch. They're out there cleaning the streets. In particular, our major shopping centres in Dandenong, Springvale and Noble Park, we have a presence there every day of the year. The guys started around 1 o'clock in the morning in graduating shifts throughout the day, starting off with sweeping these footpaths before we get out and about, and they're out of their way.
So we asked Phil to take us on a typical day for his team, and he was as good as his word. I hadn't been up this early since the last Ashes test in England.
Out in the streets of Dandenong, our street sweeping and cleaning operation starts in the early hours of the morning. The first of our sweepers is here at 1 a.m. sweeping the roadways. He's closely followed by a footpath sweeper who picks up all those hard to get to places on the road as well as the footpath. These guys visit our major shopping centres as well as a number of our street shop fronts. They do this 7 days a week, 365 days of the year to keep the city clean. Our road sweeper that looks after the shopping centres is also followed by 2 other footpath sweepers. These follow shortly behind and pick up those hard to get areas and the rest of the footpath network. The machine coming up behind me is the newest in our street cleaning fleet. It washes and sanitises the footpath of some of the unwanted stains that occur from time
to time. But stains and grime aren't the only things that Phil's team encounters during the wee small hours.
Working these odd hours, our cleansing team often sees many things that most of us would never see. They're quite often coming to the rescue of people that find misfortune and distress. They make phone calls to the police in the event of a crime. Some of our guys that collect the garbage have actually, on one occasion, pulled a snake out of the garbage bin. I'm glad it didn't land up on my desk. But they all provide a service to the community. They're proud of that service and they're happy to come and help when they can.
Another major cleaning operation that's performed before we all arrive at work is the steam cleaning of footpaths.
As well as a routine wash of the footpath, we also steam clean the footpaths once a year. This occurs in all our shopping centre or major shopping centre areas. But above and beyond that, here in Lonsdale Street, where we've got new granite paving in the streetscape, we're going to put a protective seal on the pavement. That involves quite an intensive steam clean wash so that we can prepare the surface properly first and then seal the pavement. Now that sealing will stop any stains from seeping into the footpath and also make cleaning a hell of a lot easier for that routine wash.
And now we move on to the services that are performed during the daylight hours, those that most of us see.
Daryl, coming up behind me is our small footpath sweeper. This machine is used during the course of the day. It's much smaller than the one we operate early hours of the morning, and it's a pretty cautious approach we have to take with a lot of people wandering around the streets going about their business. But we still have to keep the place clean. So this sweeper generally picks up the lighter materials, your cigarette butts, paper and the like. But it's another one of those things that we do throughout the course of the day to keep the street clean. We've got one mobile unit that goes to Noble Park and the surrounding shopping centres, one up at Springvale, and this one you're seeing in the background here at Dandenong. Council has 2 street sweepers that sweep all residential and industrial streets once a month. One of the interesting things about the sweepers is those big brooms that you'll see cleaning out the curb and channel. Those brooms rub up against that hard surface of the road at a great rate of knots, and as you'd expect, don't last forever. They get replaced about every 3 to 4 days. One of the things you can help us in doing this job is just be mindful of parked cars. Unfortunately, we can't sweep under those cars and the sweepers have to go around them. So to get the full job done, we need those cars off the street whenever possible. If you wish to find out when your street is being swept, simply visit Council's website for that information.